What's up everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Mei. There's a lot of reasons we're going to be talking about Mei, but specifically, there have been some small changes to her that completely changes her as a hero forever. Now, if you look back to one of my older videos covering Cassidy, they did a small change to his grenade that completely changes his character, and I feel like these two heroes are very similar in the idea that the developers changed small things with them, but it changed their characters in huge ways. Now, altogether, there have been a lot of changes to a lot of different characters, big and small. If we look at Orisa, she's gotten a complete rework. Symmetra has been changed many times over the years, Zarya is even different now. But fundamentally, when you look at Cassidy and Mei, the changes are just so significant in terms of hero identity, so much so that they just don't feel like the same heroes. And if we take Roadhog and Zarya over the years for example, Zarya got some recent changes to the way her bubbles work, but she still feels like the same old Zarya that we love and know. If you look at Roadhog, a long time ago, his hook used to be able to take people around corners, and when they changed that, he felt fundamentally different and he didn't feel like the same hero. In regards to Mei, I feel like this is one of the most significant changes to any hero that we've had in a really long time. Overwatch 2 is taking the route of trying to get rid of stun lock and abilities that kind of keep you in place so that you can just get hit and destroyed by the other team. But in their attempt to do this, they've changed quite a few minor abilities associated with multiple heroes across the entire hero roster. So now we're not just talking about a fundamental hero rework, we're talking about a complete change to the way Overwatch feels as a whole. There's a ton of people out there who really enjoy playing Mei, so today we're going to take a look at her and see if she's still worth playing even though her main freezing ability is completely gone. When October 4th rolls around, Mei is going to change forever with the release of Overwatch 2. But as of right now, you'll still be able to play classic Mei for the next couple months until the official release. Mei has always been one of the strongest characters in all of Overwatch, and it's not just because of her abilities. Her main power that comes from her primary weapon being fired is extremely powerful. Being able to freeze someone in place so that your team can deal damage to them or you can deal damage to them is just a crazy ability that's not even linked to an ability button. That being said, that's not the way she's gonna work in Overwatch 2, so is she still viable? When first playing her in the beta, I really didn't think she matched up to her original version. It just felt so awkward to shoot someone and only slow them down instead of freeze them. It just gave them an opportunity to look at you and continuously shoot you, and you never really get a break because you can't freeze them in place, you're only slowing them down. But after a while, you get used to this, and you start to figure out the way she is supposed to be played in Overwatch 2 instead of her current version in Overwatch 1. There was a moment when I was playing her and it finally dawned on me. You can hit more than one person at a time with your freeze gun, and instead of freezing them in place, it deals damage. In the past, playing Mei, you could never focus two people at once because it would be significantly harder to freeze two people at the same time. But now that it just does damage, you can do a lot of damage to multiple characters at once, and it kind of provides her a new way to play that is very similar to the way you play Winston with his Tesla cannon. His electricity goes to multiple people when they're all grouped up, and the same thing for Mei, but instead of freezing power, it does damage. So now you have a huge opportunity to deal out a bunch of extra damage that you could never do in the past, and in return, this powers up your ultimate charge even more so that you can do more ultimates in a game. So now, even if Mei can't freeze people in place with her main primary fire, she can still do this with her ultimate, and we're not just talking about one hero, we're talking about multiple heroes on the enemy team. And the significance of this is much higher because in Overwatch 2, they've gotten rid of a lot of stun lock abilities throughout the entire character roster. So we're looking at Mei literally being one of the only heroes in the entire game to be able to stop someone in place. And if we look at Zarya, her ultimate ability also stops people in place, but they're not completely frozen and they can fire back and deal damage against you. With Mei, you and your team have complete freedom to fire at the enemy team without being fired back. If this is the route they continue to go in Overwatch 2, where they're not going to create or add any characters that have stunning abilities, Mei is going to be a top tier character for a very long time. Mei is still the freeze queen. If you can learn her new kit and do a lot of damage to gain ultimate charge, you're going to be throwing those things things out left and right, and if you can land them properly, the enemy team isn't going to be able to defend against it. And on top of her ultimate, her essential kit is still amazing. She can become invincible while reloading her primary fire. She can create a wall to protect her team or create different avenues for herself to get around. Her secondary fire can deal with mid-range to close-up encounters. She really has it all as an essential character. But I want to know what you guys think, so make sure you comment down below and give your opinions. I'd love to hear them. And I've got a lot more content coming. We're going to take a look at the Bastion rework and talk about that a little bit. We still have a couple more videos to do for our Overwatch 2 Complete Beginner's Guide. So stick around, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified for all my future videos. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you on the next one. Flash out.